First of all, before 2018, PhD was never mandatory for appointment as assistant professor. Only a master's degree plus UGC NET or any other NET conducted by the states or PhD. So that option was there before 2018. Only in 2018, UGC decided to make PhD mandatory for assistant professor appointments. But we wanted to give more autonomy to the institutions. Let them decide by having PhD as an option and MSc or MA or any postgraduate program plus UGC NET as a minimum requirement for appointment as the assistant professors. So when we want to give more autonomy to the universities, I don't see any reason why anybody should object to this. However, since PhD is an optional thing in many subjects, there are large number of PhDs that are produced in the country. In chemistry, for example, in sciences, basic sciences, even in engineering, a lot of PhDs are produced in the country. So whenever assistant professor positions are advertised, both a master's degree student with UGC NET and PhD candidates may apply, and it is up to the university to decide what should be the shortlisting criteria. Let's say for a single position, if there are 100 people who have applied and there are 80 PhD holders who have applied, only 20 masters plus UGC have applied, it is up to the university to decide that we will shortlist only PhD holders. So ultimately, in the disciplines where there is a large number of PhD students, the universities will appoint only those with PhD qualification. But however, there are some disciplines such as foreign languages or design or international law, for example. Just as an example, in these areas, if you insist only on PhD for appointment as assistant professor, you may not be able to get it all, and those positions will remain vacant. And that's the reason why we are saying in certain disciplines where there are not enough PhDs, go for a master's degree with UGC NET and let these people do a PhD as they are teaching in the university, because PhD is anyway mandatory if they want to be promoted from assistant professor to associate professor. See, internationalization of education is one of the goals given to us by NEP 2020. To make that a reality, we have designed a regulation for letting foreign universities set up their campuses here. And in another 2 weeks or so, we are expecting to announce this regulation officially. And along with that, we will also make the application portal live, so that the foreign universities can apply on this portal. And we had several delegations from North America, from England, from UK, from Australia. Several delegations met us, and they have expressed a very deep interest to collaborate with India in the education sector. And once we announce the regulation, we are hopeful that there will be many universities which will apply. I can't give any number, but it could be something like 10 or 15 universities in the first go. We will also approach proactively many of these eligible universities, inform them that the portal is open now, you can apply. So proactively UGC also will encourage, and we are hopeful that we will process these applications within a window of 90 days, and we will give them a letter of intent for 2 years. And we hope that after we give this permission, within next 1 or 2 years, many of these universities will start their academic programs. This is really IITs going global. IITs are of course known globally, but now we are taking our education to the other countries and building the brand of IIT globally, which is a very, very good thing. And I am sure more IITs will follow suit, and many other IITs are also looking at the possibility of opening such campuses abroad. We definitely would like to see many women taking up the role of the heads of institutions, and I am very glad that the foreign campus that is going to be established by IIT Madras is going to be headed by a colleague of mine from IIT Madras. I am very, very happy about it. But looking at the number of female students in IIT system itself, we have made quite a bit of progress there. Earlier, when I was a student, it used to be something like 10% of the students are female, because IITs are predominantly engineering oriented institutions. But a few years ago, IITs have introduced supernumerary positions for female students up to 20%. Now you can see large number of female students on IIT campuses, but I'm sure this will further improve and we will have large number of female students studying in technical programs. We have several examples of female leadership. Our Honorable President of India is a great example. And there are many industry leaders, there are many corporate leaders, and Indian women, not just only in India, but globally also, they are heading many corporations, many organizations. So we are very proud of their achievements. I wouldn't like to see I would like to see in a holistic manner. Yes, in educational arena, we do have female educationists who are heading central universities and other universities and doing a wonderful job, and these numbers will continue to grow, because especially in India, we have equal opportunities for everybody. And if you look at the female students in higher education, it's almost 50-50. In universities like JNU, we have more than 50% of the students who are female students. So I see it in a very positive way that things are much better as compared to maybe 100 years ago. I am not aware, but at the entry level, each institution has a different way of shortlisting the candidates. Even though in IITs, usually we prefer a PhD qualification as a minimum qualification. It is quite possible that in certain disciplines, if there are many people who have postdoc experience, either in India or abroad, and then you have received too many applications, the institute may decide to limit the number of candidates by raising the bar and say that although PhD is minimum qualification, we would like to call those with postdoctoral experience. So it varies from institution to institution, and they need to decide what is best for them so that they can choose the best candidates among those who are applying to their institutions. Well, as I said, these things vary from institution to institution. My view is that the shortlisting criteria should be based on a very transparent procedure. And you see, even if somebody is coming from NIT or coming from a university which may not be so well known, that person might have done outstanding work. So therefore, restricting based on from which university or which institution you have come may limit your opportunities to identify excellent people. So therefore, the institutions have to be careful in how they are deciding the shortlisting criteria, so that you have a wider opportunity to select the best candidates for your institutions.